Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding here, Trance Channel. For our daily Course in Miracles lessons, I had a thought going through my head there. Today's lesson is number 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. The idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. Nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless. But this way cannot fail. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. It is with your thoughts, then, that we must work if your perception of the world is to be changed. If the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that it is these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change merely because it is an effect. But there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause. The effect will change automatically. The world you see is a vengeful world, and everything in it is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions of external reality is a pictorial representation of your own attack thoughts. One can well ask if this can be called seeing. Is not fantasy a better word for such a process, and hallucination a more appropriate term for the result? You see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause. This is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when its cause is gone? Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see now. Loveliness can light your images and so transform them. You will love them, even though they were made of hate, for you will not be making them alone. The idea for today introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world you see because its cause can be changed. This change requires first that the cause be identified and then let go so that it can be replaced. The first two steps in this process require your cooperation. The final one does not. Your images have already been replaced. By taking the first two steps, you will see that this is so. Besides using it throughout the day as the need arises, 5 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. As you look about you, repeat the idea slowly to yourself first, and then close your eyes and devote about a minute to searching your mind for as many attack thoughts as occur to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about Donald Trump. Hold each attack thought as you say this, and then dismiss that thought and go on to the next. It does not say Donald Trump in A Course in Miracles. I was being funny. It says blank. In the practice periods, be sure to include both your thoughts of attacking and being attacked. Their effects are exactly the same because they are exactly the same. You do not recognize this as yet, and you are asked at this time only to treat them as the same in today's practice periods. We are still at the stage of identifying the cause of the world you see. When you finally learn that thoughts of attack and of being attacked are not different, you will be ready to let the cause go. Lesson number 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. Let us see what Jesus has to say about this. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and it is with great joy that we hear the laughter that this being brings to this lesson. We ask you not to criticize her for that little bit of fun. It was just a moment of joy that slipped through the serious demeanor of these lessons. And that is what will come to you, dear ones, from changing your mind about the world and changing your mind about how you contribute to the chaos and unloving nature of this place in which you find yourselves. You have been deeply manipulated further and further into attack, and we want to address this here. Pure non-dualism will say that what is happening in the world does not affect you, that you are the affector. But there have been some very clever beings in your society who understand these principles, and they are well educated in spiritual creation. They understand exactly what we are teaching here, and they have made sure that in your school curriculum, in your education, in your religions, that you do not get taught this. And they use that information in their mass media programming systems. The programming of violence and attack in your entertainments, because that is going to teach you how to attack more, be more violent, be more aggressive, so that you continue to miscreate along the lines of fear and war. This gives you very little power, and those beings that understand these principles a great deal of power. Now, we are not here to attack anybody else, but we want to be truthful about the part that watching violence, whether it be in sports or on your murder mystery shows or war movies or blockbuster movies, we want you to know that this is you inviting attack thoughts into your mind where they will be used in your creative process. So you must understand that there are no idle entertainments when there is violence involved. As part of this lesson, you must understand how that indoctrination is working. So please step away from watching violence. It is counter to this particular lesson. It is one of the most difficult addictions for you in your society, because your lives have become boring because of the work and the urbanization of your societies and your indoctrinations into doing jobs for money. It is often only in your entertainments that you feel. And so this is part of the process that we want you to incorporate into this lesson today. We want you to just observe where you enjoy watching violence, whether it is a good takedown in a football game, whether it is the hero killing the enemies in your blockbuster movies, or whether it is a seemingly quaint British murder movie. We ask you to just observe where you are using that form of entertainment today without judgment, without self-loathing or hatred. Just observe. That is the first forgiveness practice in anything that you see that you are doing, is just to say, there I am doing that thing. How interesting. Do not attack yourself. That will not solve the problem. But observe and ask, is there another way for me? Is there something else I could be doing instead of this? I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we love you very much on this side, and we are bringing forth as much support as we can, not only verbally in this form, but energetically as well. Do call upon me as you are doing your practice each day, before you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning. Just ask me to be with you and guide you through your learning process. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will see you again tomorrow.